She's out there hiking all the time, so I figured why not utilize this wonderful couch that Beaver Creek has provided. Good morning, Sharon.
Good morning.
You are always out there hiking, aren't you?
Days like today, you can't help it.
Kind of nice to sit and rest a spell.
These couches, pretty comfy after a hike.
She came walking up for her interview, and I was lounging. I figured, why don't we just sit here and chat a bit? I'm looking off camera right now. Look at all the people that are headed up for hikes already. I mean, Beaver Creek has truly become a mecca for hiking.
Oh, especially with Beaver Lake. I mean, village to village. I mean, it's a great place for hiking.
Yeah, and even just basic hikes, right off the base of the mountain. I mean, as you start to gain elevation, you look down on the village. It is such a beautiful setting. And this time of year, it's awesome. I mean, we have these wonderful flowers around us in the village that are planted, but the wildflowers are in bloom.
Yes, they are. The lupin is just exploding. I think all that spring snow really helped.
Do you ever not know the name of a flower?
Yes, there is actually one. There's a teeny little star one I'm trying to figure out.
Because I wonder, oftentimes I'm up there and I'll see a flower I don't recognize. I'm like, I wish Sharon or, one of the crew from the hiking center was with us. That is part of the experience, I think, of it. I mean, the hiking is a portion of it, but a lot of it is to learn about the area, to learn about maybe the animals that you see or the foliage. And you all have a lot of experience with that.
Most of us have been doing this for like 15 to 20 years easily. So the knowledge is tremendous, and we share with each other all the time, so we're always getting better. I mean, it's amazing. And the history, geology, I mean, stuff you wouldn't always think of.
It's such a cool spot. And she just informed me I've done the hike up to Beaver Lake, 3 miles up, 3 miles back. Not that bad, about 1,700 feet in vertical gain. I mean, it's kind of a challenge, but it's not too bad. You told me about another one that's 5 miles past that.
Yes, Turquoise Lake. And there's actually two of them up there. It's funny because people see it on the map and think it's just the first one, which is really shallow, but the second one's even prettier.
And how far are those out?
5 miles from Beaver Lake,
so 8 miles
from here. Yep.
16 miles round trip.
16 round trip. Maybe take a tent and go camp there.
I'm going to go to a little bit of a fishing question here. Second Lake is deep. Are there fish in it?
Yes, there are. I've seen the trout rise in there, so I know they're in there.
That would be a great hike, huh? Yeah. And I mean, I guarantee you nobody's fishing that spot. But there's a lot of other spots that are out there on the mountain that are fairly easy to access. And you have a variety of different types of, let's say, difficulties of hikes. Tell us about those.
So we have a free guided hike that's a mile, so everybody can do it. It's at the top of the Centennial Lift every day at 11. So come up and join us for that one. You can kind of get a taste of what a guide's like. And then just even from the base here, we've got a couple little 1 mile loops. So come into the hiking center and I'll help you figure them out.
Nice. And for the free hike, when you get up to the top of Centennial, you do need to have a lift ticket for that to get up there. But once you're up there, as you mentioned, it gives you a taste of it. But you do other hikes. We kind of focus on Beaver Creek. You have, to my understanding, a permit for like an 80-mile radius around Beaver Creek.
We do. Really popular, the 14ers we have, 14,000-foot peaks, for those of you not familiar. We have permits for over 10 of them.
You have one for Albert?
We do for Mount Albert. It's the tallest in the state.
That's the only one I've done.
Yeah.
I figure if I'm going to do a 14er, I'm going to do the tallest one. So that's great. I mean, that helps out a lot because you have the experience of the guides and what to expect and to get them prepped for it and bring the proper gear. One thing I like is that you bring those spot devices with you. That's a little added level of safety.
It really is, because that spot, if cell phones aren't working, that spot, it also tells us in the hiking center, where's the guide, where are they along the route, on top of that, but then they have an emergency button on them that, they can get help much quicker than a cell phone's going to get you help.
Something happens, boom, push it, and at least notifies the authorities as to what's going on. I'm going to keep you around here in just a moment. I'm going to have you pick our trail of the day. If people want to come by, I mean, do you do walk-ins? I'm going to call it hike-ins. Do you do hike-ins, or do you need to do these by reservation?
So we'd love you to call us 24 hours in advance. I don't keep guides standing around, so we'd love for you to call us the day before or come in and make a plan, and then we'll get you a guide for the next day.
All right, I think we're going to roll right into this. I'm going to let you pick trail of the day today. Which is it?
Oh, one of my favorites is take the lift up and then hike Royal Elk downhill over to Beaver Lake, because that way you get that uphill out of the way.
So you take the chairlift up. I've never gone to Beaver Lake that way. Is that easier than hiking up from the village?
It is, because Spruce Saddle sits at 10,200, so you're going down, and the lake sits at 9.7.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's 2.5 miles.
That a little bit shorter, a little bit quicker. I like the idea of this. That would also be a great way then to access Turquoise, because Turquoise is just past there.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, perfect.
We've brought the trail map up. This trail, to my understanding, a couple weeks ago was closed for the elk calving. It's now reopened. Do you see elk up in this area during this time of year?
I had a lady yesterday that saw the 2 moose that were babies last year. Yeah,
Beautiful.
so yeah.
Don't go up and try to pet the moose.
No. These are wild animals. Let them stay wild. They'll let you be not too close, close before they'll say, "Hey, you're a little close."
And that's why you go with the experts, because you already know that they have brains about the size of a pea with the bodies the size of Mike Tyson, and they're good to look at, but they're not good to pet. Great to see you. Tell Nate and the crew that I said hi. What are you looking forward to this summer?
Oh, I need to go do some trails I've never done before, and after living here 30 years, that's hard.
All right, I've got to wrap it up. Top trail that you want to do that you've never done?
Oh gosh.
Put you on the spot?
You put me on the spot. I have a list of like 5. There's one out of Minturn that I haven't done in towards the backside of Minturn that I haven't.
And you all have permits over there?
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. Right at the top of Sigma. Sharon, good to see you.
Thanks.
Tell
Thanks for
everybody I
having
said
me.
hi. Sharon, once again, with the Beaver Creek Hiking Center. Stop by and see them up here at Beaver Creek and let them take you on a tour of the Rockies. Right now, though, we've got your weather and mountain report next.